The moment you stop calling it the divine's fault or their fault or life's fault or fate is the moment you get your authority back. Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the Spirit Speaks experience. I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight. How are you doing? I am the prosperity minister and a business coach for ambitious spiritual people determined to manifest at least 5 to 10K each month whilst living luxuriously in their purpose. I help you leave behind the pain, the limiting beliefs of the past so that you can rise victorious in your true design life. Your true design is a free, fulfilled, financially abundant, love drenched life if you will claim it. Okay? So, what we do here is that we combine practical action with spiritual principles to create real world results predictably. You have the power to create your life. And I show you how. Step one to understanding how all of this works is to get a copy of my book, Money Manifestation Mastery and Strategic Divine Guidance book. It is for ambitious spiritual people who want to manifest money, resources through their gifts, their skills, their spiritual wisdom, expertise, life experience. You want to teach, guide, help, heal other people, all of that. Get a copy of the book by going to the link in my bio or messaging me the word book. Now, we're going to start, as always, with reading the divine download for today. Now, divine download is a message I receive when I sit down with the divine each business day and ask for a message for my paid community, the Deliberate Millionaire Gathering. What I'm doing with you guys now is sharing some of the divine downloads, because I've been doing it for years now, from previous years with you. Excuse me. Now, let's start by reading that. So get your journals. Listen to what the divine is saying to you, specifically from what I read out here. Listen in. There is always a reason that you have chosen a specific experience of life. It never just happens. Something about the specific combinations of your thoughts and beliefs about the situation, or many, have caused the experience, and it is serving you in some way. It may be a crazy way by your standards, your consciously allowed standards, but it is serving you in some way. Yes, you can choose to spend lots of time figuring it out or figuring out why this or why that. There can be some value in that at times. Right now, you could simply just choose again. Not with your eyes and mind blinded to what you really think about the situation, but with your mind and eyes and heart fully open to all that you think and believe. You can choose new ways to relate to a specific issue of life, and with a little time, you will see that that situation will change. It must change, for you're no longer coming at it in the same limited, fixed way. You do have so much more power than you allow yourself to see, and you refuse to see because you feel that you would be unable to handle the responsibility of being the power source in your life. You would rather make it my fault or the fault of others in your life or others outside of your immediate circle. This leaves you with a sense of powerlessness and an ability to tell yourself that there is nothing you can do. You think it absolves you of responsibility, but it doesn't. Whether you choose to take up the mantle of responsibility or not, the truth remains. You have created this experience of life and you can create another one. Will you do it deliberately or will you not? I love you all the same. What do you really want? Okay. So the divine starts by saying, there is always a reason that you have chosen a specific experience of life. It never just happens, which is not necessarily a comfortable thing to hear. Okay. So we can't keep saying things like, oh, it's divine timing. It's easier to say it, but we can't really. Or they did this to me, or the economy, or my family, or my childhood, or my job, or my partner, or my clients, or audience, or algorithms, or whatever did this to me. And yes, you know what? We live in a physical reality where there are other people who all make choices. So, yes, there are lots of moving pieces in the physical reality. So, I'm not saying to you that anything I say here is to be used as a way to beat yourself over the head because you didn't create your own reality in the best possible way. No, I'm not asking you to shame yourself. Still be kind to yourself, still be gracious to yourself, and don't compare yourself to anybody else. However, you are not a victim, you are not powerless. That's really one of the major things to get in mind. And I know for most of us, you listening to me, ambitious spiritual people, you know this. You know this But it's quite interesting because even for me, it took the divine telling me over and over again because there were little areas. So in some areas, you feel very much in control and very much responsible. And then in other areas, there's this waiting, this passivity, this feeling that it's not up to you. It's divine doing something or not doing something, or it's everybody else's fault, or the economy did this, or something, something, something. And so then becomes everybody else's issue, but not yours. And it makes you feel a victim of this issue, but it's never the truth. Never, ever the truth. Three things we're going to look at about taking back your authority, taking back dominion over your life, and choosing again. Number one, accept that you are the authority in your life, in all of your life, not just some parts of your life, in all areas of your life. Okay. The divine says whether you choose to take up the mantle of responsibility or not, the truth remains. You have created this experience of life and you can create another one. Will you do it deliberately or will you not? And that is the question. Will you create the life, your reality, deliberately? Or will you keep pretending that you're not the one doing it, that you're not creating it, that, that you are somehow powerless? No, the truth of the matter is that you are one with the divine. You are powerful. You are limitless. You are never, ever, ever alone because you can receive support. But you have to ask for that support, okay? It's not going to just be handed to you. Nobody's coming to rescue you. The divine isn't coming to rescue you. The divine never leaves you, but you must choose to ask for support because you are the authority in your life. So nobody's going to overpower you to force you to take support. No, you are the authority in your life. Okay. You are the one creating the circumstances of your existence. You are the one creating the circumstances of your existence, which can be really difficult to hear when horrible, horrible, horrible things happen. And yet I still say so. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but some conversations are easier had individually with people. Because yeah, I do know that you can hear what I'm saying and hear it as blame or shame yourself, or it's your mistake, or you can get angry depending on what your circumstances have been, because they may truly have felt as though they were outside of your control. But I still say it is better to take ownership so that you can choose again. It is better to take ownership than to think that anybody else had a say in the matter, which is not to say, of course, that if somebody did something deliberately against you, that you shouldn't do whatever is necessary to bring them to justice or whatever. But I am saying we still do not want to own the identity of victim. Okay. Um, the divine says you do have so much power that you allow yourself to see, and you refuse to see, or you do have so much more power than you allow yourself to see. And you refuse to see because you feel that you would be unable to handle the responsibility of being the power source in your life. So you do have power, a heck of a lot more energy and power than you allow yourself to realize. Because, yes, there's that kind of hidden part of us that wants a parent or somebody to come and save the day. You may have been brought up with parents that did not save the day much, basically, and I get that. And still, there's a part of you waiting for rescue, waiting for the divine to come and save the day, or telling yourself things like, "Oh, it's not divine timing. It's not yet time for me to do this," as if who determines this? Okay, yes, we don't have complete control always over exactly how fast something is happening, but you definitely can speed things up depending on how much you focus. And if you listen to my videos, I talk about this. Focusing will accelerate things. Continuing to kind of stay broad and stay generic will slow things down. Okay. Okay. You have power. You are the authority in your life. As I said, sometimes part of you doesn't want to take that responsibility, and I get it. So it's easier to say things like, oh, there's nothing I can do. Or this is just the way life is. It's just the way my life is. It's just the way my money is. There's nothing I can do. I can't afford that right now. Blah 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 blah. Oh, it's just it's my family. It's just the way my family demands. It's the way they brought me up. Is all of this stuff, or the economy, and oh, you just don't understand what it's like for me, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, yeah, I get it. You can say that, but you are still the authority in your life. Okay. So if you want to manifest 5 to 10K each and every month through your gifts, your skills, your spiritual wisdom, your expertise, your life experience, you can't keep saying things like, oh, my audience is too small. That's why I can't do it. Or no one wants what I offer. That's why I can't do it. Or I don't know how to explain what I offer. Or people don't pay for spiritual work. The economy is bad. Or my family takes up too much of my time. I can't do this right now. Oh, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. These are not reality thoughts. This is not the truth about your reality. It's not reality. It's just a thought about it. It's not reality. Yes, your audience might be smaller than, but small according to what? According to who? This is when you're comparing yourself to somebody else who has maybe 500,000 followers or something, and you're telling yourself your audience is too small. That's why it's not working for you. Stop comparing yourself. People have made money with a few people on their list, a few people in their social media platforms. It has nothing to do with that. Yes, we want to keep growing your audience. Yes, we want to make sure you're communicating each day. Yes, all of these practical things need to be done. Absolutely. But do not forget the energetic side of things. And that's what a lot of ambitious spiritual people do forget, is the energetic side of things. The energetic side of things matters. You are telepathically sending out a message, whether you realize it or not. You shouting about or thinking or concentrating on the fact that, "Oh, I don't have enough people, or the algorithm is against me," is you telepathically putting out the message that you do not want to receive. Stop doing that. You are the authority in your life, and it goes beyond just what you're doing practically. It also, what are you radiating? What are you radiating? What are you, what's the word? Oh, there's a word for it, but yeah, radiating is as close as I can think right now. What are you radiating out? Because it matters. You are the authority in your life. You have created this experience. You can create a different one if you want to be. If you want to. If you want to, okay? So check in with yourself. Where am I making the divine responsible for something I'm supposed to be creating? Again, I'm not saying that you can't ask for support, but you must ask. You must ask, okay? And then trust what you hear. Okay? Where am I using powerlessness to avoid responsibility? Next, next point to look at is find the gift, find the data, find the hidden service in any situation. Okay, because there is a gift in every situation you face. Now, the divine says something about the specific combinations of your thoughts and your beliefs about the situation, or many of your thoughts and beliefs have caused the experience, whatever experience you're going through, and it is serving you in some way. It is serving you in some way, which doesn't always make sense to the conscious mind. Okay, and the divine goes on to say it may be a crazy way that it's serving you by your own standards or by your consciously allowed standards, but it is serving you in some way. And so as I was saying before, that some situations really look like, how can this be serving me? Why would I deliberately put myself through that? Of course, I do not believe that. Of course, it's not serving me. Of course, I did not cause this myself, or did not bring this about myself. Because it's not about blaming. It's not about shaming yourself at all. It's not even about judging yourself. It's just about recognizing that this thing happened to me. And as I am the creator of my own existence or my own reality, as I am the authority in my life, something about what I was thinking, what I've been focusing on, has allowed this room in my life to show up in my physical reality. And to me, it is crazy better to think that way, because then you can do something about it and you can choose to change if you allow yourself to be aware of it. Allow yourself to look and see, what am I focusing on? What have I been given attention to that has allowed this experience into my life? Again, this is not to say that if somebody did something horrible that they should not be held to justice or whatever. This is not to say that you see, oh, just to show my other cheek, slap me again. This is not to say that you sit around blaming yourself and trying to punish yourself even more than whatever the experience was. It's not to say any of that stuff at all. But there's a part of me that always, even when I'm speaking to clients, when I'm speaking to people, I don't always completely understand why somebody chooses something, but I know that they did choose it. I don't sit in judgment on anybody. What I do help you do is not choose it again. Basically, let's not pretend that we had nothing to do with it. Let's look at the gift. Let's look at the data. What have we what is the gift in this? I don't like to look for lessons as such, but sometimes it is a lesson, let's be honest. Okay, there is something. I'd rather look at gifts or data, truth be told, because in a lesson almost feels as if it's something somebody else is teaching you. No, it's there's a gift in it, it's trying to get you what you want, but it's the only way you've allowed it to come through to you. Okay, so that is data. You can look and see, why does it seem easier for me to get money in certain ways. So maybe you suddenly get credit cards, but you're not sure that you want to increase your debt, but you always somehow get, when you want more money, you get your credit limit somehow increase is you can increase your credit limit easily. And that can be one way of you to manifest money. But you don't want anymore to keep manifesting money through a credit limit increase. So then it's time to look and see, what is the data showing me here? It's obviously the only way that money can come through to me, or it's the only way I'm allowing money to come through to me. So how would I prefer money to come through to me? What would I need to believe to allow myself to receive money in some other way that doesn't come with having to pay it back or anything like that? Check in with yourself. Data. It's telling you, the circumstances of your life are telling you what you are believing, what you are thinking. If you do not want those circumstances to keep repeating themselves, check in. What is the data telling you? What is it telling you? Because everything you allow in your life is trying to get you somewhere. Okay. So it's like the person that talks about, oh, I've got made redundant and it's so unexpected or it's so horrible. How could this happen? Blah, blah, blah. But if they took the time to really look at what was going on inside of them, they realized, actually, I didn't want to be in this job anymore, but I was too scared to actually move in any other way. So the only way for me to get what I wanted, which was not to be in this job anymore, was to be made redundant so that I would go off and actually go look for something else. Not always nice in the moment, but when you see the data, when you see what's happening, you know the next time you start to complain in your head or whine about your job or whatever, that you know what could happen. And if you're not ready for that to happen, you better start loving that job. You better start flowing love to the job. You don't have to, I'm not saying that you pretend that you love something that you don't love. That's not going to change your internal happenings. But what will change your internal happenings is recognizing that as much as I do not enjoy this right now, I would rather not be all suddenly moved to a situation that I'm not ready for just yet. So flow love to it, flow love to that job, flow love to that job. Decide that it will change in synchronicity. That as something else comes in, then this will drop out. Not this drops out and you're suddenly left, what do I do? But again, look at the data. Why was that the only way for you to get what you wanted? What were you believing? What were you afraid of? This is data that you can use to become a more precise, more predictable manifester. So think about this stuff. Think about this stuff, okay? Or maybe you're attracting clients that are not willing to pay you the price, or the prospects that don't want to pay you what you're asking for. Or you get the clients and they're demanding so much from you, they drain your energy and all of that stuff. And yeah, you can start shouting about people are awful, people are horrible. And I remember I went through a phase where everybody just wanted everything from me for free. They didn't want to pay anything for it. The moment you talk about money, everybody wants to disappear and wants to even start telling you, you're just about the money, you're horrible. And it's like, okay, what is the data telling me? I'm believing something. Is it showing me that I don't have clear boundaries? Is it showing me that I feel like I must underprice in order to be liked? Is it showing me that I'm trying to prove my worth by overgiving? Because I'm not sure about what I'm offering. So, oh my God, if I give everything away, then maybe people will like me. Maybe people will buy from me. What is it showing me? What is the data showing me? This is showing me that I need to be a lot clearer about what I am asking for. You know, again, what is the data showing? What is the data showing you? It is a gift in some ways to when you start looking at life this way, you can decide, okay, I don't want to go that way anymore. I still want the goal. So, but I would prefer not to come this way. So something I'm believing is making it easy for me to receive the goal this way, but I don't want to. So what do I now need to take on as a new belief? One of the videos I did recently talks you through how you can choose new beliefs and all of that. So you're gonna have to listen to all of that. But but for now, it's just noticing the data. What is the data telling you? It is a gift. It is a gift because everything, whatever you're doing, whatever people say about sabotaging themselves, or so, there's a reason you're doing it. You're trying to gain something. If you don't know what that something or well, you know the goal. Generally, we all know what we want, and the way you're going about it is you trying to get there. But what are you believing? Because if you're going the most painful way possible to get there, you're believing is the only way for you to get there. So you need to notice what your beliefs are so that you can choose new ones and go a different, more straightforward, plain path, or a less painful path. Okay, so instead of needing like the draining, horrible clients, you can get clear about your boundaries and stop accepting painful, horrible clients. Stop assuming that this is the only kind of clients you can have. That is you not putting clear boundaries in place because you're telling yourself a lie that there's only this kind of client around. So I have to put up with it. Whoever is willing to give me money, I should just take it. That's a belief. It's not reality. After all, there are people getting paid exactly what you want, probably even more than what you would like to claim. So why not you? So again, a belief about reality is not the same as reality. Some people say, oh, I'm just being logical, I'm just being reasonable about what is available to me. No, you're being reasonable about a lie. You've decided that this is the truth of my reality. It's not the truth of your reality, it is a truth about your reality. Your reality is there are people, some of them will like to work with you at the price you would like to, to charge, some of them will not. Why are you deliberately going after the ones that will not? You've got to ask yourself that question. Are you willing to trust that the people who are for you will find you? If you keep doing, and I'm not saying sit around waiting, but I'm saying, are you willing to trust that you can find those people and call them in and get those people to pay you? It's a belief. These are thoughts that you choose to focus on. So you are the one. Can you see all of this is data? It's data, it's data. Take back responsibility and choose to, or take back authority, choose to start looking at your situations and seeing, where am I choosing painful situations that I really don't want to choose again? Or why did I choose that painful situation? What would I prefer? Number three, choose again instead of digging, digging, digging forever. So yes, I've told you about looking at the data behind everything. But then do not use this looking for the data, looking for the beliefs, looking to what I need to heal to be the reason to stay stuck in place forever. Because even if the situation does contain a gift, and because that's the other side of it is, so the other side of it is, yeah, this it's situation, you can look at it as a gift. So you get the so you've been wanting a new job, or you're wanting to get your business off the ground to make you the 5 to 10K. So you start making that 5K a month, you're growing it, but it's all with clients that you hate. And so then you tell yourself, well, at least I have this, so it's a gift. I should be grateful for it. And then you stay stuck there. It's like some of y'all stay stuck in your current existence because you worked so hard to get here. You were praying about getting here. And now that you're here, you realize you're unfulfilled. And instead of recognizing, well, I could get here and also be fulfilled, you're telling yourself, well, I prayed about this and the divine is giving me this, or the universe is giving me this. I better just be grateful and stay here. Yeah, even if it is a gift, you can still choose again. Okay? You can still choose again because you are still the authority in your life. What you have learned is data. What you've learned is, um, okay, yes, I do want to be making a 5K in my business, but I do not want to make it this way. So now choose again. I'd like to make 5K in my business, but in a fulfilling way, with clients I absolutely adore working with. Make that new choice. Okay. You're not stuck just because you feel as if you manifested something. Now you're forever stuck manifesting something. So that's one thing to consider. And the other side of it is, I don't want you spending your whole life looking at the data and telling yourself, I need to heal this and clear this and root out that. There's room for it, but you need to understand this. You do not need to name something in order to erase it. Sometimes when people are looking for the very root of all their trials and all their trauma, if I could just get that root belief, then my whole life will suddenly be better. That miraculous switch inside of me that once I flick it, everything is better. Okay, we don't want to do that either. So as much as I've talked about looking at the data, don't spend 20 years doing that. Ultimately, you want to choose again. Choose again, choose again. The divine says, yes, you can choose to spend lots of time figuring out why this and why that. There can be some value in that at times. Right now, you could simply choose again. Okay. And that's really important to understand. Don't get addicted to the digging for the data. What created this? Blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff that I already mentioned, was it my trauma? Was it my father? Was it my mother? Was it my old school? Was it, blah, 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 who knows? Look for the clear data and move on. What do I prefer? What do I prefer? What do I prefer? Sometimes you might not know what the data is trying to tell you. You might not see it. This is where getting that support will help you move through these things a bit quicker, because somebody else might be able to see things that, because you're in the middle of it, you cannot see for yourself. So reach out to me if you would like to work with me in a capacity. Get the book first, and once you get the book, you'll be invited to have a conversation with me. If you are ready to, what's it called? work with me to get clear on some of this stuff so that we get past it quickly and you can choose again and choose a different existence. Um, so sometimes it matters to figure out what the data is. Sometimes don't you can get caught there forever trying to figure out what the data is trying to tell you. The divine says, not with your eyes and mind blinded to what you really think about a situation, but with your mind and eyes and hearts fully open to all that you think and believe, you can choose new ways to relate to a specific issue of life. So that kind of is what I said before. But yeah, the data will tell you. But again, I'm saying don't spend forever looking at the data. Because as much as the divine is saying, yes, there's some value in looking at the data, we don't want to spend forever. You can just simply choose again. You can simply choose again. And sometimes the journey itself, as you are choosing again, will automatically show you what the lesson was. You know, the benefit of hindsight, you know, how suddenly when you've gone past the situation, you can see clearly everything. So sometimes in the middle of it, you may not be able to see. That's okay. It's enough to know I don't want to do this again. Choose again. Choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again, choose again. Okay. So if your current money reality is just enough, you don't want to spend the next 3 years or whatever analyzing every possible reason before you just start choosing wealth. Sometimes it is as simple as I need to put a zero at what I'm charging, put a zero on what I'm charging because what I'm charging currently is not getting me the results that I want. It's dragging to me people who are not really serious and blah, blah, blah. So I need to put a zero on it and have the courage to hold on until have people who pay me what I'm asking for. Okay. Because instead of giving in to that part of you that thinks, oh, well, nobody wants to pay, the economy is this, and everybody is tightening their belts, and I don't think anybody's paying for this kind of thing anymore, and no, 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 all that stories that we tell ourselves, stop telling yourself the stories. That is a story about reality. It is not reality itself. In every economy, people are paying for this stuff. In every economy, people are paying for this stuff. You just haven't found them yet. You haven't had the courage to speak to them and wait until they come. You've gone with the low-hanging fruit, which sometimes is okay. So I'm not saying there's no good or bad here. There is it giving you what you want? The low-hanging fruit, particularly if you're coming from a place of lack, will possibly be people who are attracted to your air of lack. So you'll be surrounded by people all talking about lack, and you'll think that lack is the only way. Basically, even your algorithms on your social media will be presenting people to you that are all about lack. Ultimately, and you will think that it's because that's all there is. No, it's not because it's all there is. Somehow, actually, in this world that we live in, with the whole social media algorithms and all of that stuff, and even on Google search or something, now your internet, your social media feed will all almost it's telling you what has been happening in the energetic realm for a long time. You have been drawing to yourself things that are equivalent to what you internally think and believe. Now your social media feed is telling you by what you've searched for, what you've looked at in the past, it's bringing you similar things. And so now you think in the physical reality that the whole physical reality is just what you see on social media feed. Just the same as you think that the whole physical reality is just what you are experiencing in your version of the physical reality, when actually it's what you have been drawing to yourself. It's what you've been clicking on and thinking about and all of that. That's what is drawing to you. So it's like an algorithm. Change the algorithm, man, by choosing again what you're going to focus on, choosing again what you're clicking on and looking at and all of that. And you will suddenly find that you start to see different things in your feed because you started reacting differently. You started thinking differently, only allowing certain things in your feed. You start curating your feed to go with what you want. You can do that with your energetic reality as well. Start doing it, my love. Start doing it, my love. Okay, so bringing all of this together, ultimately accept that you are the authority in your life. Find the data. How is the situation serving you? And choose again. Instead of not spending time forever digging, 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 but just choose again, choose again, choose again. You are the authority in your life. Choose again. Stop waiting for rescue. Choose again. Stop making it the divine. It's about divine timing, or it's Mercury retrograde, or whatever it is. Choose again. Choose again. Take the mantle of responsibility. You have dominion over the affairs of your life. Really act like it. Choose to believe it from the core inside of you. You will start to draw to yourself situations that fit that new leadership, taking full ownership kind of energy that you're now beginning to give out. Things will change. Give it a little bit of time though. things will change. Okay. So, to understand more about this kind of thing, come into my world, get a copy of the Money Manifestation Mastery and Strategic Divine Guidance book. Message me the word book if you would like it, or simply, what's the word? Simply, what is the word? Go to the link in my bio. That's where you'll find the book. Let's finish by saying the love prayer together. Here, let me share. If you can see my screen, then you will see it when I get it up. And if you can't, then just, join in anyway. Let's open that up. Okay, hands on heart. Your love dissolves all doubt. Your love dissolves all fear. Your love keeps me focused. Your love keeps me clear. Your love dissolves all guilt. Your love dissolves all shame. Your love keeps me focused. Your love keeps me in the game. Your love dissolves regret. Your love dissolves despair. Your love restores my hope, my peace, my joy. Your love restores my youth and my years. Your love dissolves resentment and envy. Your love dissolves hate and rage. Your love dissolves any bitter root within me. Your love rebuilds my self-trust and my faith. Your love flows freely through me right now. Resolving, dissolving, evolving. Your love flows freely through me right now, harmonizing and adjusting. Your love flows freely through me right now, resolving, dissolving, evolving. Your love makes me magnetic to the desires of my heart. Take a moment, focus on the desires of your heart. Focus on one specific goal that you want to see come to pass right now. And see yourself flowing divine love energy to that goal. I feel your love propelling me forward into greater and greater financial prosperity right now. Money, wealth, riches are flooding into my life from everywhere and in great abundance with ease and with speed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that is the love prayer, and that is us for today. So until the next time, go forth and prosper. Share this with somebody else. Much amazing love. Bye.